On Wednesday, June 15, 1904, as the Slocum ferry was traveling up the East River trying to make its way to the Locust Grove, the crew on the lower deck noticed a flame to come from the floorboards due to poor care of the vessel. Both the houses and the life vests were rotting, and this caused the death of 1,021 men. These are the stories of the survivors.
And welcome to our 32nd episode of Distinguished Light. I'm your host, Ashlyn, along with my partner, Henson. On today's episode, we have our lovely guests, Miss Layla and Mr. Buck, two survivors of the Slocum ferry.
I like to state that if at any time you need a break, let us know.
Miss Layla, if you could you please tell us what exactly happened on that day?
I was going to give my son one of the happiest memories of his life. I didn't expect it to go so wrong. The fire was big and roared nonstop. People jumped overboard, screaming the entire way. My son ran away and got shoved around. He got trampled and fell into the water. I'm sorry, I need a minute.
All right, Henson, could you please lead her out of the room?
Of course.
All right, Mr. Buck, what's your story?
To New York City on business, and I decided to go on this ferry thing as a relaxation thing for all the work I'd been doing. Then suddenly I heard screaming, and then a big fire broke out. My instincts kicked in, and I jumped over the edge, swam to the nearest rock. I saw the thing swim with my own two eyes. It was Pandelirium.
Today's sponsor is Ello. Ello is a company that sends little but authentic artifacts from disasters along with short summaries of what happened. If you're a history lover like myself, Ello is the website for you. Search historiesello.com and use the code SLOCUM for 50% off your first order. And Mr. Buck, do you remember what time this tragedy occurred?
Well, it's hard to tell because I left my pocket watch in my hotel room. But honestly, judging by the angle of the sun, I was thinking about 11:13 a.m.
We're back.
Oh, welcome back, Miss Layla. I hope you're ready to continue the interview.
Yes, I am.
Tell me more about your son.
My son was 7 years old. He had two younger brothers, and they really looked up to him.
Your son sounds like a lovely young man.
He certainly was. All of my younger children looked up to him. They thought he was the coolest.
To wrap up this podcast, I'd like to ask you both, who do you blame for this happening?
Some of me blames myself, but most of me blames the owner of the ferry and the people who didn't want to help us.
Well, I can't say I blame nobody because accidents happen, but I just hope that other people can learn to survive like I did.
Henson and I would like to thank you for coming to this interview. And for you, Miss Layla, I apologize for your son's demise. I hope you both live long and healthy lives. If you were ever in a situation similar to this tragedy, make sure to look out for red flags. For example, look out for cleanliness. If the ferry and or boat is not clean, it is most likely is not in very good condition. Make sure to know where all the life vests and safety boats are located to make a quick and easy escape in case of any emergency.